Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous now. Dear Dean Miert, Dean Peyer, and distinguished graduation speaker, Mr. Kruger. Dear faculty and staff, dear friends, partners, family, and dear classmates of 22D, our new friends, for some new partners, for all of us, our new family. More than 1 year ago, we all chose for a global journey. And when you choose to explore the world, you'd better keep a map. A map is a simple piece of paper containing multiple layers of meaning. Nowadays, we have them on our smartphones, as we explored up to 100 countries in this year. Today, I want to highlight 3 maps that bring meaning to our story. As one of the rare non-consultants, I do not like putting effort into slides, so you'll have to imagine those maps for yourself. The first is the one that you find at the entrance of each campus, a star lighting up to indicate where our alumni have landed. This map shows the many places we are about to discover or to go back to, the places that tomorrow we will call home. It reminds us of the struggle we went through to get there, a struggle for a job that some of us are still going through. The Student Council already thanked many people, many important people, and so yeah, let me thank the Student Council as well. One of the groups they already mentioned, I want to give a second mention. These are our partners. These strongholders who have adapted their lives to go to the other side of the world, to visit us, to work across time zones, even to give birth. Thank you very much for enriching this experience, not only for your partner, but for all of us. Fellow students, we also made this map possible for ourselves. Where some business schools choose cutthroat competition, we chose a theory of abundance. There are enough opportunities, and we want all of us to succeed. And yeah, sometimes it didn't go as easily, but we could count on each other. We made Telegram group together to share info on those jobs we were competing for. We made time to educate others on our industries. And the consultants among us spent countless hours helping aspiring consultants in their case prep. Yes, at INSEAD, we have outstanding people. I mean, even people who went to the South Pole, which is very impressive. We have outstanding people, people with a burning heart full of passion. Creative people performing their music for us at Freddy's or Timbre. Innovative people pursuing their dreams through the IVC. And caring people who want to make this world a more sustainable place. Personally, I am particularly proud of the Climate Day that has already been mentioned. Thank you for that, Dean Peyer and others. That Climate Day showed to me how important a positive impact is, both personally and professionally, to many of us. Because yes, throughout our careers, all of us will be confronted to questions about climate change. Just like digitalization, it's not just about business as a force for good, it's very much becoming a necessary condition for us to be able to continue doing business at all. For the second map, let's zoom in a bit to a little red dot in Southeast Asia, a place of diversity that became even more diverse as students from all around the world braved the quarantines, the 5-person groups, the mask on teaching, and the trace together check-ins to ask 3 questions: name, where from, where to next. Of course, that sad reality of restrictions was something very frustrating. The infamous release into freedom was called Cambodia. But through Telegram sign-up lists for dinners and hikes, we built our tight-knit community, Quickly, we went beyond the initial facades to connect on a deeper level. It demands courage to show strangers who you really are, especially in a diverse place where people hold different values and different beliefs. To these differences, our answer was authenticity and acceptance. In Fonti, this setting might have been a little bit different, but the diversity was the same, just with many more people. I remember my first week of P4 arriving on a campus with so many unfamiliar faces. It was a bit overwhelming. I can only imagine what it was like for those Fonti starters who arrived in this enormous crowd in a small town in the midst of a dark, rainy winter. How do you navigate such a big group? How do you build lasting bonds and connections for going through the networking, high-speed visits of all those fill-up parties? Visibly, you managed to get very close to one another, as testified by the unprecedented spread of COVID in just 1 week. And with Bobo and Barbizon, you had your very own Cambodia. Across many differences, friendships have formed. And once we started exchanging from P3 onwards, this friendship building continued. Singi starters and Fonti starters now really became one 22D. And we had grad trip as a last bonding moment, ranging from the positive competition of the Beach Olympics to a very inspiring ballet show. For me personally, this has been quite a journey as well. Coming to this little red dot, facing all these differences, for the first time ever, I would live in a country where my DNA could get me into trouble. Adrian Johnston, the 19J valedictorian, talked about how being gay was illegal in Singapore. At first, I was a bit afraid, unsure about whether to tell people I'm gay. But one positive reaction led to the confidence of sharing with someone else, and a third person, a fourth, with our community. When one of you told me, hey, I don't know anyone openly gay in my country. It is very much taboo. But I'm curious. Please tell me more. In that very moment, you said to me, I'm not just accepting you. I want to understand you for who you really are. This beautiful openness allowed me to open up, to be my authentic self. And today, I am incredibly proud to stand here, to be able to say to my predecessor, Adrian, that a lot of young Singaporeans, among which many of our classmates, have spoken up. They have made their voices heard. Today, that on this stage, I am an openly gay valedictorian in the year that Singapore abolished Section 377A of the Criminal Code. Finally, they made it legal for me to be myself. On that map, we now see a little pink dot. A win for the diversity INSEAD stands for. For the parents who are now wondering, did we actually study this year? Don't worry. The last map is inspired by academics. It was shown to us by Michael Witt in the final political environment class here in Singapore. This map did not make me happy. It showed the world with just two colors, either red or blue, putting each country in the zone of influence of China or the US. When Professor Witt showed us this map, unease creeped through me. Looking left and right, I saw my classmates, my friends, being put in one color or the other, separated from each other in a divided world. because unfortunately, we went through our MBA in turbulent times. Geopolitical unrest led to visa refusals, to economic turmoil, to difficult recruiting in tech. And some of us even had to worry about their families back home. It is a reality we can't ignore, and that is why I want to end this speech on a message of hope. A hope that we embody, because where geopolitics divide, we connect. The line of control will not stop us from having a Pakistani and an Indian MC together for our grad trip talent show. The Strait of Taiwan will not stop students from Beijing and Taipei to fall in love. And disrespect for the Donets River will not stop a Russian and a Ukrainian to support each other with a warm hug in our campus hall. No, cynic world leaders will not stop us from drinking Peruvian pisco sour with homemade Thai food. They won't stop a Russian, an Ecuadorian, an Indian, and a Belgian to drive through the night from Paris to Barcelona because they missed their flight. They will not stop us from learning mahjong or Bollywood dances in a French chateau. Trust me, no matter how much they try to divide us, we will unite to sing our multilingual karaoke completely out of tune. Because we are not just nationalities on orange name placards. We are friends. We made each other richer with new thoughts, new perspectives, new experiences. And yeah, we do not accept our country just being red or blue on a map. Because in those countries, branded in a different color, we have someone that we deeply care for. And when someone tries to sow dissent, our role is to stand up and say, hey, I have a friend there, someone just like you and me. Someone I lived with, partied with, interned with, traveled with, suffered through MSD with. A friend I graduated with. It is no use drawing artificial lines and colors, because where they divide, we unite. I trust all of us will continue to be passionate, will continue to be authentic and accepting, will continue to care for each other, offering a couch to a fellow alumni landing in town. Classmates of 22D, you make me hopeful, you make me grateful, you make me proud. Friends, do keep a map, one of our entire world, because somewhere there, we will meet each other soon. Thank you. Yes.